all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His Son Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakwadash. Double honors to my apostle, elders, great millstone of Ruel. Peace and salutation, all the octane pushing this truth with all righteousness and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. This your brother Tasma the Bar coming back through the spirit and power Yahweh Yahweh Shai. And through the spirit, this is a real brief World War III update. Going into what you see on the screen, the military drills and the military increase as far as Russia, China, Iran, Venezuela. So these war games that they're upholding are actually preparing themselves to come against who? Babylon the Great, which is America, which is the beast system, which is NATO and the EU. All these things you're seeing taking place as far as military movement and things around the world, these all are nothing but stages of war just being set, man. Proxy wars and things like that. All these various things that's taking place around the war or around the world is leading for World War III. Because you best believe it, this thing is getting popping. It's about to pop off, man. It's about to pop off any day. And before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His Son, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakwadash. Double honors to my apostle, elders, great millstone of Ruel. And peace and salutation, all the Akim pushing this truth with our righteousness and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. And through the spirit, I'm just jumping to it. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and the third woe will come quickly. And the second woe is talking about World War II. And it says the third woe will come quickly. And this is what you see in taking place, all these wars, proxy wars, and things that's taking place as far as different sanctions and all these things that's taking place at a global stage geopolitically. These things are going to lead to a all-out World War III, man. And we can see that that's what you see, these games as far as these military actions, all these countries getting together and setting the stage, and they're backed by who? What you see in the middle, Russia. All these countries are backed by Russia, which is also fulfilling prophecy in the Ezekiel 38 chapter. We can jump into that in a little bit, but that's just showing you how the Lord is setting the stage, man. Real quick, let's get this Proverbs 21. Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 1. The king's heart is in the hands of the Lord, as of rivers of water he turneth wheresoever he will. And so the Lord is the one that's orchestrating these proxy wars, these wars, all these things you're seeing taking place around the world. The Lord is the one that's doing it, man. The king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. The king's heart goes back to the Hebrew word la'ab, which is what? It's mind. So the Most High he's playing and manipulating the minds of these kings, man, because he's gonna usher in this World War III very soon, man. And let me jump to this article real quick. This is our blacklisted news. And this goes back to a couple months ago. It's not even too far ago. This goes back to May 24th. And it says Biden prepares for simultaneously wars with Russia, China, and Iran. And that's Bible prophecy, man. That's Bible prophecy. That's the prophecies that's going to be popping off, man. Let's read that again. Biden prepares for simultaneously wars with Russia, China, and Iran. Because why? Because these are the main global these are the main enemies of America, man. Russia, China, and Iran, man. And why is that, man? Because Iran has that abundance of uranium under their soil, which is threatening who? Them small hats over there, the Ish people. And China, as far as America, they buy and sell from each other, which America does a lot of trading with China, man. But at the same time, he has sanctions on China and has sanctions on Russia as well, which Russia hurts them when it comes far as the oil. But all we know, this is all at the end of the day, this is nothing but theater of war, man. This is a worldwide stage, man. This is a stage, man. And these people are cult of personalities, man. It's just like Hitler. And it says Biden announces on Monday that the U.S. will go to war with China if they were to invade Taiwan, man. So at the end of the day, we know these various things are going to pop off, man. We only know these a couple months ago, but you best believe that these things is gonna escalate to a war, man. It says when asked by the reporter if the U.S. would defend Taiwan if it were attacked by China, Biden responded, "Yes, that's committed. We do. We are." And it showed the alliance with Taiwan, because Taiwan has what over there? They have all them CHPs, man. And that's what China's trying to get back. They have a lot of that CHIP over there, and it's funny how Biden signed a legislation to trying to make push more CHIPs over here in America, man. But like I said, this is nothing but theater of war, and we know this is nothing but all the prophecies is gonna start popping off, because you gotta best believe, even with the I can't even say it, with Russia, who they're conflict with now, that's been backed by Biden, that by in the Biden administration, because they're backing their weapons, they're backing them up with the weapons and supporting them, man. That's nothing but war that's been escalated over there, man. And this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. You should hear wars and rumors of wars. See then and you be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And we're hearing wars and rumors of wars, all these different various proxy wars with the small hats in Iran, and how all these different attacks has been taking place. I think the small hats attacked Iran not too long ago, and Iran attacked them back. Then you have a major event that took place in Russia a couple of days ago, as far as one of the leaders over there, their daughter got killed. So a lot of things is actually taking place, man. These are called proxy wars right now, man. And let me just this is Jeremiah. All this is theater of war. All these things are lining up for that major event, which will lead to all hell, man, which will lead to the wars of wars, man, which is World War III, man. And that will usher in the time of Yahweh Shah, when you read in the second Esdras, the 13th chapter. This is Jeremiah 51 and verse 46, because all these other nations, their main goal is to destroy America, because the Most High is going to put the spirit on them to destroy this place, man. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 46. And lest your heart faint, and ye fear of the rumor that should be heard in the land. A rumor shall come 1 year, because we hear how these things is gradually being escalated, even when it goes out all the way back to Syria, some years back again, with Russia intervening and things like that, with the propaganda with America, all these various things, it leads into this war that you're about to see taking place, man. And it says after that another year shall come a rumor with the Russia and a conflict they're having with a country right now. I'm not going to say the name. That's just a increment of things to come. And it said a violence in the land, ruler against ruler, and you about to see that, man. Violence in the land, ruler against ruler, because it's going to be all out World War III, man. And that's what we hasten the day of the coming, man, because we understand that's the time of Yahweh Shah is going to be visiting the earth, man, when this war break out, man. Because this war is going to be a major key point of the destruction of Babylon the Great. Let me see. This is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse, bear with me, Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 49. For lo, I will raise up and cause to come up against Babylon, which is America, spiritually America, and assemble a great nations from the north country. And the north country is what? Is America, is Russia, from that north country. And it says, and they shall set themselves array against her, from hence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain, man. And that's what you're going to see, because the arrows speak on the ICBM missiles when they shoot them off here in Babylon the Great, man. And it said none shall return in vain, because, hey, the Most High has set in stone the destruction of Babylon the Great real quick. This is Isaiah 46 and 10, because it's already declared through the Spirit the destruction of Babylon the Great. Isaiah 46 and 10, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying my counsel shall stand and I will do all my pleasure. So it's always been declared through the Spirit, going all the way back, that the Most High was going to destroy Babylon the Great, man. And now we're in the times of the last days where the Lord is actually about to let this thing take place, man. It's about to come to pass, man. That's why you're hearing the wars and rumors of wars, a rumor this year, a rumor last year. A lot of things is being escalated to leading up to the destruction of Babylon the Great, man. And this is Isaiah 13, Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, as like a great people, a tumultuous noise of kingdoms and nations gathered together. And that's what you're seeing, man. And when you see that, that's what you see when you watch this clip. And you watch this clip, you see these nations are gathered together, man. They're doing military drills, exercises, but that's a foreshadowing of the things to come when this war really pop off, man. It says a noise of a multitude of the mountains, like of a great people, a tumultuous noise of kingdoms of nations gathered together, and that's what you see with these joint drills, man. All these different kingdoms, Russia, Iran, China, various other Hamite countries, all gathered together to what? To prepare themselves to go to war with Babylon the Great, which is America, man. And it said the Lord of hosts mustered the hosts of the battle, and that's what you see. And that's what the Lord's doing. He's preparing these nations to go against Babylon the Great, man. And that's why the scripture was at what? In Proverbs 21:1, he said the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. So the Lord is the one orchestrating this, and this is what you're seeing taking place. Verse 5, they come from a far country and from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. And that's them ICBM missiles, man. Because when they shoot these missiles, they're going to come from a far country, which is what? Over from the east. Over in the river Euphrates, over in the Babylon, over in the Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment, man. That's where this thing is going to take place, man. And you seeing how the Lord is orchestrating this thing, man. All the prophecies that's leading to this war is manifesting in our days, man. The Lord is speaking on the prophecies, and they're happening because he's using his men. And he's using his men, and we're telling these people that this war is gradually being pushed out, man. In so many words. This is Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait upon me, said the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations. That's what you see the Lord's doing. His determination is to gather the nations. The king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. He said to assemble the kingdoms, to pour out upon them my indignation. Indignation go back to righteous anger. And it says, even all my fears, anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. And that fire is jealousy with the ICBM missiles, man. The Most High is mustering the host to the battle, man. And the weapons of the nation is what? Them ICBM missiles, man. So he's gradually setting the stage for all hell to break loose in Babylon the Great, that will lead to the what? To the all wars, the end wars, man. World War III, man. Let's get Ezekiel the 38th chapter, because Ezekiel 38th chapter really speaks on how this thing is going to take place. And what you see, like you see Putin in the middle, this is basically speaking on Russia and all the other kingdoms that's getting gathered to go against Babylon the Great. This is Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 2. Son of man, set thy face against Gog and the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against it. And that's speaking on Russia, man. And it says, say, thus said the Lord power, behold, I'm against thee, O God, and chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, the land of Russia, man, because that land was a Japhetic land, but now it's speaking on the people that inhabit that land, which are the Russians. And it says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thy army and horsemen, and all thy clothes with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them that handle in swords, because they're going back to that USSR spirit, man. That's why the Most High said I will put the hooks into their jaws. He's turning them back into that USSR spirit where they feel like they're untouchable, man. And this is what you see in Russia doing. They're preparing themselves, man. And it says with all great company and bucklers and shields and all them that handling swords. This is why you see they doing joint drills. This is why you see they sharpening the sword, man. As you read in Ezekiel 21 chapter, right, 8, 9 verse, it said a sword is being sharpened. This is why they're doing joint drills and testing their ICBM missiles and various other weaponry, because they're preparing themselves to fight against the beast, which is Babylon the Great, which is America and the EU nations, man. All these things are going to conglomerate with the World War III. Verse 5, Ezekiel 38:5. Persia, Ethiopia. Persia goes back to Iran. That's their name. It says Persia. And it says Ethiopia, one of the Hamite nations, man. It says Libya, another Hamite nation with them. And you see the Hamites, they're joined with them. And it says all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer, Turkey. And Gomer represents Turkey. You best believe Turkey's going to back Russia in this times, because Turkey's sideways. They're acting like they're with America and Russia. So they're leaning on the fence. But at the end of the day, you know they're going to end up backing up Russia, man. And it says House of Tomar and the north quarters and all his bands and many people with thee. And it says, be thou prepared and prepare thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. And that's talking about Russia, being a guard unto all these nations, man. And it's spiritual how Russia's in the middle talking to all these nations on a call, because you best believe all these nations are prepared to go against America, because Russia has given all them the weaponry and the armory to prepare themselves to fight against America. It says, after many days thou shalt be visited, and in later years thou shalt come into the land that thou hast brought back from the sword, and gather out many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but is brought forth out of the nations, that thou shalt dwell safely of them. Let me jump down to the point that I wanted. Bob Gashad, bear with me. Here you go, verse 10. Here's the point. Thus said the Lord power, it shall come to pass that at the same time thou shalt things come into mind, and thou shalt think of evil thoughts. So the Most High is playing on the minds of these kings. He said, thou shalt think of evil thought. And that's what that evil thought is, what? The nuke this damn place, man. Nuke America, man. And it says, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of the unwalled villages. That's speaking on Babylon the Great. America has no borders, man. America has no borders. He said, I will go up to I will go up to the land of the unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely. And that's you dumbass Americans, man. You think you're untouchable. You think that everything's all good. But, hey, the Most High is mustering the host to the battle, where these nations is going to come up against Babylon the Great, and they're going to be backed by who? The bear, which is Russia. And it says, I will go to them that are at rest and dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars or gates. And that's talking about Babylon the Great, man. America, man. And that's what's coming to this place, man. The great judgment is coming to this place, which is America, man. And you can see that through the Spirit. Let's grab one more through the Spirit. Let's grab Revelation 16 and 12. Revelation 16 and 12. Revelation 16 and 12. And the sixth angel poured out his veil upon the great river Euphrates, which is that river Euphrates is being dried up as we speak. You can go look on your off time and after the video and stop and see how Russia's doing what they're building, preparing bridges to go through the river Euphrates, because the river Euphrates has been dried up. You got Turkey as well doing the same thing, because they're preparing they're doing military drills out there. What you think this got to take place? This World War III. It said that, and the sixth angel poured out a veil upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, which we were speaking on, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. And that's what you're seeing. They said the kings of the east, man. That's speaking on the all these other countries that's on the east, man, in the old world, man. And they're doing what? They're preparing to go to war with Babylon the Great, man, because that war is going to take place in the valley of Yehoshaphat, was over in the river Euphrates, man. And that's what's about to take place, man. Why you people are in our fucking la-la land? The Most High is mustered the host to the battle and got these nations preparing to go to war with Babylon the Great, man. You best believe some major event is going to take place in your lifetime, man, through the Spirit, man. That's why we building and preparing ourselves through the Spirit and power Yahweh Shemal Shah to be ready through the Spirit, because we understand that these times that we're living in are some very serious times, man. The Most High is about to visit the world which you have made, man. And then that's going to usher in the return of Yahweh Shai. And when Yahweh Shai comes, man, that's when all judgment is going to be handed out, man. Because he's gonna be one handing out that judgment, man, through the Spirit, man. And so with that, apparatus, our Lord willing, this is a real brief World War III update, man. And through the Spirit, man, we're just showing you how all these things are gradually being ushered in right behind you people back. And you're not even paying attention to the times of the signs that you're living in, man. We're living in some very serious times, man, through the Spirit, man. So with that, I want to say, call Halayim La, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakodash. Double honors to my apostle elders, a great millstone of well, and peace and salutation to all the Akim pushing this truth with our righteousness and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. Kram Yasharala and Abba Babal.